dreamers trying to set their lives straight. One for the past, two for the future. In Arizona, rocket engineer Kraig Wright travels through time and space on a journey to the 80s and the rock band he left behind.
Can we reunite, rehearse, and reignite the crowd? Is there enough time?
But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know this dream's got a lot of baggage.
Kraig decided to go down to Utah and go to the U to get his engineering degree.
All the people that have only heard the tales of our exploits would finally get to judge for themselves if we weren't the hottest band in the Spud Belt.
Nighttime comes and you're not around, wondering what I'm gonna do.
He dumped us.
Can we reunite? Thanks.
You're about to meet a rocket scientist who wants to rock and roll. His dream? Relaunch the hottest rock band in the Spud Belt. 15 years ago, Kraig Wright traded his drumsticks for planetary probes. But this father of three has never stopped dreaming of the roaring crowds.
I believe I could have been happy being a professional musician.
We had at least 20 good songs, and I think if we would have had time to develop them a little bit more, we could have probably had some good hits.
In the 80s, Kraig was a college student in Idaho, the Spud Belt, and played drums for a band called Us.
A lot of our songs for us came from Kraig's love life.
Oh, the lyrics are great. He just poured his soul into it.
Like one of our favorites called Hole in the Head. Basically telling the girl, I need your love like a hole in the head.
But just as the guys were finding their groove, Kraig changed direction and went off to college in Utah.
And that pretty much was the end of the band.
It was all Kraig's fault.
So Kraig's challenge is to reunite his former band members. The question is whether they want to return engagement with him.
But I think the old guys can do it. Please help us make our dream come true. Thanks.
Over the next 72 hours, we'll see if this closet rock star has enough supersonic expertise to fuel his dream. Join me for No Opportunity Wasted. At the Orbital Sciences Corporation. This is where the latest developments in launching and testing rockets into outer space is done. Well, right now, rocket scientist Kraig Wright is taking a break from his high-pressure job, and he's working as a safety officer for a model rocket derby. He has absolutely no idea he's been chosen to live life now. Looking for Kraig Wright?
That's me.
Kraig, I'm Phil Keoghan from No Opportunity Wasted.
I recognize you.
Nice to meet you. Were you just about to let a little rocket go there?
There's one getting ready.
Okay. Kraig, we received your application to set aside rocket science for a little while and relaunch Us, your 80s rock band. Head off to the snow-capped mountains of the Rockies, put on a concert for a big cheering crowd, including your wife and kid who have never heard Us perform. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you guys know that this man used to play rock? Kraig, we have cleared your schedule, and MasterCard has given you $3,000 on this card just for you. That is for you. This, Kraig, is the Now flag. It's handed from dreamer to dreamer, and you can plant it at the end of your dream. So what we need to know now, Kraig, is are you ready to go on your rock tour, relaunch Us, and go and do your dream now?
I'm ready.
What are you, Kraig?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Kraig?
Yeah. I've played the drums since I was in 6th grade. Back in the 80s, of course, we had a band eventually we had to break up. We went our separate ways, went off to school, got jobs.
My dream is to reunite the old band. We would play a concert high in the mountains of Idaho. All the people that have only heard the tales of our exploits would finally get to judge for themselves if we weren't the hottest band in the Spud Belt.
My wife and my children have never seen me play before in the band, so my dream is to play some music, hopefully for our family.
What do we need to do?
Get ready.
What do we need to do?
Well, I need to use the bathroom.
I think getting the band together is probably the greatest thing that could ever happen to him. He really loved those days.
Kraig told the other band members he'd applied to N.O.W, but they have no idea he's actually been chosen.
I can't wait to get up on stage and get going with the other members.
Kraig's old rock band, Us, had 4 key members who now live in 3 different states. The first thing he has to do is to get them all back together, and that involves taking a flight today to Utah. That's correct. After picking up Scott, the lead singer in Utah, they'll travel together to surprise Dave, the lead guitarist, and Mark, the bass player, who are still living in Pocatello, Idaho.
Good luck, guys.
Bye!
I can't wait to tell these guys. I'm, you know, freaking out, just waiting to surprise them.
Scott,
What up?
how's it going?
Good.
Guess what?
We're on the... Now? Is that what?
Yeah,
Kraig's idea of putting this together at first came as a shock to me when he called and said he was going to send him the application. And I thought, you know, I haven't played with those guys for so long.
we get to reform our band.
When?
Now.
Oh, now.
Scott and Kraig are crossing the state line in a convoy to make the band Us whole again, if only the band members will forgive and forget. Kraig and Scott ponder their prospects. As musicians, they're more than rusty. They're totally corroded. Meanwhile, in Alaska, Daniel and Andy must switch to Plan B if they want to claim rights to the northernmost bike race.